Tell you my 2 cents or my humble insight when it comes to relationship, family, friends, people basically in your life. What I've always known for a longest time that I felt as the reality in my life, even though I could not meet a person or a group of people who agrees on this. But today or tonight, I'm coming out and I'm owning my own energy. I'm owning my perspective, my lens, my beliefs, my way of seeing in this world. I've always known that relationships, they are there to mirror you. Whether it's based in your family, your colleagues, your friends, your spouse, your girlfriend, your children, every relationship and every situation that stems, it doesn't matter whether it's positive or negative. You have different level of seeing within you. You have a lens of seeing that has the potential to see things for what they are. You also have a lens of seeing that gives you distorted information, that does not have the capacity to see things as they are. Many of us in this world, we tend to fumble when it comes to we still somehow asleep when knowing to this truth. I've known this truth of the fact that relationships, they are mirrors. They mirror your energy. You are given the relationship, you are given your family to reflect back to you this lens that you are currently using. What sort of beliefs programming are influencing that lens so that you can perceive the world the way you perceive. You sometimes have encounters with different situation or people that tests you, and you, based on the belief systems that dominate your mind, that belief will actually influence how you see the situation. It will also influence how you position yourself in that situation. It will also influence, hey Jesus Christ, it will influence how you relate, depending how in depth, how much of depth you have within you. Can you rise above the sensation, the urges, the body reflexes, the impulses, the stimulus that gets in our head? Are you able to see them for what they are? Now, with the lens that gives us the ability to see things for what they are, that is the lens, that is your birthright. That is who you are on your core essence. That is the lens that creates the world that you desire truly in you. Okay, you get to experience your dreams in this world because you have been awakened to this lens, because you are now operating and functioning from the energy frequency that stems from this lens, which is called the higher consciousness. The lower consciousness is the one that is driven by ego. An ego is the one that is given so that we can awaken to a higher consciousness. The ego's ways, the patterns, they are there to help us to harness our energy, to learn from right and wrong, from light and darkness, and how to master these energies and how to work with them and not against them. Work with them, for everything is working together for the highest good of all. So I've always known, every time I reflect on my young self, I see the most purest, the most powerful, the most gracious, the most beautiful soul I've ever encountered in my life. I've seen the greatness, the greater I am. Every time I reflect on my younger self, I see that. And now I know for the fact that I am connected to that. I have emerged with that. True seeing the shadows for what the shadows do. And it's the role they play within the whole spectrum. True doing the inner work and realizing the illusions that are created by the shadows so that I can wake up to who I am. You understand? So now I know I'm very powerful. That is not to say out of ego, because of the work that has taken place and the shifts, the mind shifts, the mind transformation, the energy transformation that has taken place from within and outside. Things that I've never known, that you harness your energy, that the choices you make day in and day out. Even now for me to come here and owning this shit, this is actually opening doors. Do you understand? This is crushing the whole bondages, things that I have signed up unconsciously. This is a big, loud statement in my higher self for me to speak like this. I'm acting from a place of being empowered and of knowing my empowerment and knowing where it comes from and what it can do for me in this world. So your lens of seeing, there's a lot going on behind it. How you see, how you perceive. You perceive things, you can perceive them in different way. One situation can be seen in many different ways. But there is one that aligns you to your true path. And that is your higher self lens. Yeah, that's the third eye. When this is awakened, which connects everything from within and outside, there is nothing in this world has a power over your energy. There is no amount of fear-based mentality. There is no amount of ego. There is no amount of shadows. There is no amount of illusions that can cloud or dim your light of who you are in your core essence of being. There is nothing in this world. There is no insecurities. There is no shame. There is no guilt tripping. There is no fear. There is literally nothing in this world that has a power. When you have been awakened, when you know, when you're able to see things for what they are, there is nothing in this world that has power over you. We don't say this to impress you. We say things because that's what they are. That's who you are. That's what happened when you emerged with yourself as a whole, when you get connected. There is no king and there's no queen, there's no prince, there's no superstar, there's no celebrity, there's nothing, no chief, nothing. There is no one above you or below you when you have been awakened to your own truth. You can never go around looking down at anyone, because what you do to you is what you do to others. And you get what you give. You already know your move, your action, your perception, your step, your positioning, your way of relating. You already know that you are sending. You are setting yourself. You are executing. You are channeling your energy. You are creating your own world by how you choose to position yourself under any given life circumstance. So you already know. You know your moves counts. You know that every action you take means something. It builds something or it destroys something. You're aware of that. You will never get to awaken and act in any way you think you're trying to act or put a mask. There is no mask. There's purity. There's essence. There's flow. There's connection. There's unity. There's oneness. There's just this moment as it is. And all you are inclined to desire to create is purity. And you also know how to create it. The energy frequency of pure, you know. And there's nothing in this world, nothing. When we say there's nothing in this world that has a power to take you out of this path, there is nothing. Literally, there is no temptation, money, food, sex, impulses, you name it. There is nothing in this world that has a power to take this energy. When this energy is awakened, activated, alive within you, you will know, and you'll know the truth, and that truth will set you free from all other illusions that you have been fueling and feeding and thinking from a place of being unconscious and being unaware of the reality where you were thinking that it's true. You will actually awaken to reality that they're just illusion. And because you see the truth, automatically you will actually surrender. You will no longer give your power to that. You will never feed those energies again. You will never feed those energies. It doesn't matter what life puts you in, you always choose your energy, your essence, your core values, who you truly are. Now, your values, they are precious more than gold. They're precious. There is nothing in this world that can be given. There's not enough money. There's not enough precious diamonds or golds or whatever luxury life that can actually buy this. We're talking about your soul. You have been awakened to your soul's ways. And you experience what it's like to live in your soul's way. How it's like to be guided by own soul. What it's like to function and operate in the soul level ways of life. How? So pay attention. There's things that we go through in life, we experiences things. It's never about them. It's never about this. It's never about this situation. It's about your lens of seeing. And what kind of mindset are you consciously choosing to channel, regardless of the pain, the challenges, the difficult things, the people, situation that you encounter. You being tested day in and day out because you have been awakened. You awake, you awoke, you are here, you are present, you see things, you have the ability to see things. That's why you have so many. It's not about me. It's not about them, or you now. It's about what is, and what is you already know that you have been awakened, that has been revealed to you. It's time to apply. It's a time to live in that dimension. You already have the capacity. You're given all the powers. You've got the key. Thank you.